Hi everyone, welcome back to another weekly Cooking with Becky. Please remember to go ahead and follow me on Facebook at Living Low Carb with Becky. I would love to have you join our page or subscribe to this YouTube channel so you never miss out on a cooking video. Just click on the subscribe button, and then when we are done, always click on the description arrow down, and below will be a description of the recipe with a link on how to print it and make it yourself. All right, with that said, today, first ever for me. I'm actually nervous about this, but my daughter says I can do it, so I'm going to do it. This is actually inspired by her. She's in a culinary arts class at school, and they did stuffed chicken breast this week, and she came home and she was all like, oh, you've got to do a stuffed chicken breast. So I went looking and I found one for low carb, keto, paleo, whole foods, everything in here, gluten-free. This is a ridiculously healthy meal. Any style can have this one. So I have never cut open a chicken breast, but what you do is you buy hopefully 4 small ones. I went to the store looking for 4 small ones. Everything's big chicken breast these days. So I have 3 big ones. So I know my cook time is gonna be a little bit longer. It is what it is. I'm gonna take a little bit off of each one to make that 4th serving for another day. All right, let's get going on what you're gonna do. First up, in a bowl, hopefully you can see that here, what I have is 2 ounces of softened cream cheese, a half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese, and 3/4 of a cup of broccoli that I've chopped. The broccoli is raw, do not pre-cook it. So you mix all of that, put it in a bowl. In this bowl, if you want, this is 2 teaspoons of gluten-free Cajun seasoning. So it's going to give it a little bit of a kick. I will say, I've read some of the reviews on this recipe. If you're not a fan of anything at all spicy, you could just use a seasoned salt. You could just use salt and pepper. So if this does not sound good to you and you really want to enjoy all the stuffing on the inside and you don't want to kick the heat, just go with salt and pepper, or make it Italian and do some Italian seasoning with some of the pink Himalayan sea salt and pepper. All right, but we are gonna do it, as said, I have gluten-free Cajun, and Montreal makes it gluten-free, so that's how we're gonna keep this recipe gluten-free. So first things first, I took my 3 fillets and I held it, and I took a knife and I cut it in half and opened it. So we are gonna stuff it and close them back up. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this down a little bit so you can see how I do this. So it's just the chicken breast, as I said, 3/4 cup of broccoli, a half a cup of cheddar, and 2 ounces of cream cheese stirred, and then the 2 teaspoons of Cajun seasoning or seasoning of choice. All right, while that's going on, the oven is preheated to 400, and you will need, this will, 11 by 7 or an 8 by 8 would have probably worked fine for me since I only have 3. 11 by 7 for sure if you do find 4 small ones. Okay, here we go. So as you see, I've got my 3 already opened up. I wanted to go ahead and get them opened. You are going to get your hands dirty on this one. So I don't know how everybody feels about touching raw meat. If that's not for you, put on some gloves, or I don't know, have your child do it, since mine did it in class and really liked it. I'm just dividing it evenly first amongst my 3 chicken breasts, and I see it works perfectly amongst my 3 because they're pretty big. And it would probably be great if you had the 4 appropriately sized ones. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna get my hands into this. All right, I've placed it. So I just wanna spread it out. Leave a little bit of room around the edges because I'm going to seal it over. but I definitely want it kind of even in throughout the chicken breast for when I cook it. Alrighty. Oh, I have some toothpicks out. They say to seal it with a toothpick. Now, when you watch the video, they don't actually seal it with a toothpick. So, I don't know. I guess it could be kind of up to you, but since they're telling me to seal it with a toothpick, I'm going to. You just fold the other half over on each one. Oh, this one's a little thicker. Don't worry, I gotcha. You're not going anywhere on me. I'm gonna have a stuffed chicken. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move those over so you can see it all on the one. Okay, I got one more to fold over here. This one kind of fell apart a little bit. Oh well, it still tastes the same. All right, so they've been folded over. At this point, I'm grabbing a toothpick. I know you can't see that, and I'm trying to be super careful. At this point, I'm going to do a little threading, I guess, kind of like when you make turkey. So I'm just gonna do it at the middle area because I think it'll keep the rest kind of closed. I don't know, like I said, I've never done it. I don't know if I should add a bunch of toothpicks or if this is enough. I'm hoping that this is enough. I just want to secure it closed. Okay. Bam. All right. So I'm now going to sprinkle this along the top. Trying to do it evenly on each one. Make sure you rub it in. Put a little bit more on the one. I purposely want this side up because of this guy here. I definitely don't want him to soak out of the bottom. So then you turn it over. We'll get the other side. Oops, we pat that one in. So you'll see prep time. Oh my goodness, that's pretty easy. You just kind of do that. Do you see that, guys? I'm gonna leave that side up on that one. Double checking. That's okay. It's okay. It all goes to the belly. So at this time, because I'm trying to do this and then I'll wash my hands. So at this time, if you have a section that is exposed, face it up. So I have that in this middle one. Otherwise, it really doesn't matter. And there you go. I'm gonna place it in an oven. I can't hit pause, so just bear with me, and I'm gonna try to do this all at once. I need to wash the chicken off of my hands. No raw meat touching my phone, touching the counter, touching the oven. Gotta keep everybody healthy. Thank you for bearing with me really quickly. I'm getting under my fingernails. All right. I do apologize about that part, but I do not want to hit anything on the phone. All right, so I'll go over the nutritional facts in just a minute, but we're going to put this in. It says 25 to 30 minutes at 400, but that's for 4 small ones. I still have a meat thermometer. I'm going to go ahead and set mine at the 30. But I know that I have 3 big ones, so it might take mine a little bit bigger. But chicken needs to be between 160 and 165. So definitely make sure that your chicken is fully cooked before you attempt to serve it. Okay, let me put this in real quick. Alrighty, so we'll get this out of the way. All right, that's it. You just watched me, and the only thing that you didn't see me do was this, which took 2 minutes, maybe, because I had to smash the cream cheese. Measuring Cajun seasoning did not take long. So, and chopping the chicken breast doesn't take long either, as long as you have a sharp knife. All right, so 1 serving size, which is going to be a 4-ounce chicken breast on the smaller size. I will cut those down appropriately when they're done. So 1 serving is 253 calories. It is 13.4 grams of total fat. Your carbohydrates is 2.4 total. This is going to be an interesting math. 2.4 total carbohydrates, but you have 0.4 in fiber. So you subtract your 2.4 minus 0.4 brings you to an even 2 net carbs. So for 2 carbs, that is really a low carb meal. It is a ridiculously low carb meal. 30 grams of protein as well. So good protein, which keeps you full, low carb. Everything is healthy that's in it. You're only probably getting an ounce of cheese by the time you divide it across the 4. So I would suggest like a light veggie, zucchini spirals. We're gonna do green beans because that's what my daughter asked for. But that's a light vegetable, or just even have some raw veggies on a plate. Have some like celery and I'm just trying to think, broccoli and cauliflower, and have a little dip off to the side and let that be the main focus of the meal. So we're gonna let that cook up. Remember to click on the description, click down on the link below. I will have this recipe available for you to print, and I will show it to you when it is done cooking. All right, dinner is out of the oven, and I just want to show you just how delicious it looks. And I showed you the piece that has it coming out the top. So good, so easy, nice easy side. Enjoy a stuffed chicken breast. All right, good night.